I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna do it like this because I always say I find it disrespectful when people that disrespect the dead. Like I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna be that type of individual. I'm not gonna be that type of individual. Like a lot of people alive was hating on Tupac for the past 28 years. A lot of people been hating on Tupac, and I always found it disrespectful to talk about the deceased. I don't even have ill things to say about Biggie Smalls, and I know a lot of people used to come to this channel and say disparaging things about Biggie, and I'd be like, "Yo, Big dead." They was young and shit like that. But in the past, I mean, later on down the line, like, but 28 years later, and people that are a certain age bracket, when I still find them disrespecting Tupac and trying to destroy his legacy, I ain't gonna front. It made me mad. It made me upset. And I'm speaking about DJ Clark Kent. I'm gonna say rest in peace. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say rest in peace. But I can't front though. Like within these, I was a fan of Clark Kent's back in the days. Like I remember he did Mad Skills song. Everybody used the Biggie sample. He had some dope beats. He has some dope beats. The shit that he did on Jay-Z's album. I remember shit. He has sampled Tupac. Maybe if they try to understand me, what should I do? I remember Clark Kent had used that for a sample, but for him and Jay-Z, and then whatever happened, that song was supposed to have been on Reasonable Doubt, but I think because Jay-Z aligned himself with Biggie, maybe Tupac didn't get the thumbs up, or maybe they just scratched the record, but it's out there. But Clark Kent produced that. Clark Kent produced a lot of beats for Biggie Smalls. He did it. He did some dope joints for Rakim on the 18th Letter. There was a lot of joints by Clark Kent that I liked. I liked him as a producer. I never really got to hear him skill-wise on the mixtape, on the DJ scene. I never really got that. When I saw DJ Clark Kent, it's like seeing DJ Jazzy Jeff. DJ Jazzy Jeff produced beats and stuff like that, but I know him more for the DJing. I don't know too much music that Jazzy Jeff produced. I know more music that Clark Kent produced, but I don't know Clark Kent too much as I don't know too much of Clark Kent as a DJ. But there was but Clark Kent says some things like within these last few years, like it was upsetting. One of them being, Clark Kent has said that Tupac was the reason for Biggie getting murdered, or it was based on Tupac's lies. And I always felt that it's like, wow, these certain things shouldn't be said. You know what I mean? There should have been a certain responsibility to put that kind of information out there. Because number one, when Tupac was saying what he was saying, he was 23 at the time, bro. This is a 23-year-old man. This is what I was saying about people that would disrespect Tupac 28 years later. You know what I'm saying? And he still gets disrespected. He still gets disrespected. So it's just like when you say that, when Clark Kent said Tupac got Biggie killed because of his lies, and I was just like, I was saying to myself, like, Clark, just understand the mentality of Tupac back then, bro. Like, this dude got accused of rape. He got shot up. Like, we're not in his shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, just imagine the paranoia that surrounds that. You go upstairs and you see all this other stuff, and then you go to prison. While you in prison, a song called Who Shot You come out. Then they said Biggie said what he said about the dog pound when they was in New York, and he thought it was Tupac. And then Tupac comes home relentless, angry. Like, this was a whole dude. This was a whole reformed type of person. He said prison ain't changed him, it made him worse. So when Tupac got out, he was on the warpath. He was just angry, relentless when he made Hit 'Em Up, when he said the thing, whatever he said. I can't, that's Tupac. I can't say that Tupac was lying about his situation. That's his truth. But one thing I will say is like, a lot of people saying Tupac and Biggie, died over some hip hop beef. Like Tupac, we know what led to Tupac's death. It had nothing to do with Biggie. As far as Biggie, A lot of people looked at it like a lot of LA people, you know, from Ed Lover to a lot of people said when Biggie went on out there in LA, he like showed no remorse. It was like he sound uncaring. And then the diss record that came out after Tupac died. So a lot of people in LA took that the hard way, but that's just from what I heard. That's not even my opinion on it. That's just me sharing what I heard. You know what I mean? That's just me sharing from what I heard on it. So I'm not even for certain about that. But then, you know, Clark Kent, he was on Math Hoffa a couple years ago, and he had criticized this song right here. And this is one of Tupac's illest verses, so I'm going to just play it real quick. Untouchables at your door. Tupac went crazy on this beat right here. He said, how should I plead? Forever thugging on the quest to get G's, running for enemies ever since the days of a seat. I'm under pressure, the stress that had me drinking, taking niggas after me, but too paranoid to wonder why the police don't want to see me stacking G's. They after a player, but I won't let them capture me. I gotta thank the Lord for the weed and the nicotine. I can't sleep, close my eyes, I see wicked things. I keep my pistol by my bedside, one in the chamber, preoccupied with homicide. My life's in danger, rolling down the 45. Beware stranger, my hands on a 45. That's what the pain does. I'm probably wrong, but I'm never known till I'm gone. From out the gutter where the jealous motherfuckers roam. Pass the weed, let the Hennessy get to me before the penitentiary. Let's get it on. And that line right there at the end, Clark Kent was on Math Hoffa, and he had said, Tupac would have you thinking he's saying some amazing shit. And I was just like, wow. I thought Clark Kent was about to give it up for Pac. And he was like, you know, Tupac said, pass the weed, let the Hennessy get to me. You know what I mean? And it was just like, and he rolled his eyes and had everybody in the barbershop laughing. And I was just like, wow, Clark Kent, like, there's a certain level of responsibility that we got to have in this hip hop, because once again, that was Tupac. Like, this is Tupac when he was like early 23. This was, that verse I just played was before the rape charge. And Tupac was spitting on that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then he said with Clark, the point that Clark Kent highlighted is when he said, pass the weed, let the Hennessy get to me before the penitentiary. Like, and that made a lot of sense, because Tupac was saying, I'd rather get high, rather get tipsy than to go to prison, than to go to the penitentiary. I'd rather just be out here chilling, because the whole verse before that, he's talking about, he's not even highlighting glamorous life. So Tupac says, how should I plead? Forever thugging on the quest to get G's, running for enemies ever since the days of a seed. Like, when he says that, running for enemies ever since the days of a seed, he's not lying. That's that Black Panther shit. How should I plead? Forever thugging on the quest to get G's, running for enemies ever since the days of a seed. I'm under pressure. The stress me, have me drinking, have me thinking niggas after me. I'm much too paranoid to blink. Like that, how is that corny? Tupac said, I'm much too paranoid to blink. Who was rhyming like that at such a young age? I'm much too paranoid to blink. That shit is deep and it's profound. He said, I keep my hands on the 4-5. That's what the fame does. I could be wrong, but I'm never knowing till I'm gone. From out the gutter where the jealous motherfuckers roam. Pass the weed, let the Hennessy, and et cetera, et cetera. So that whole verse, he was just talking about how real it is in our community. And when Clark Kent was talking about it, you know, I was just like really shocked and amazed, and I was upset. So I'm not berating Clark Kent. I'm just being real about my feelings at that time. I was in my feelings. And then when he said the things about, you know, he got Biggie killed, and it was just like, yo, both of these brothers was young. I wish there was more. Like right now, like 20 something years later, I wish more, the way a lot of people are mature in their thoughts now, I wish a lot of people were more mature in their thoughts over 20 something years ago, back then, because we probably would still have Pac and Big. Once Pac and Big died, the rap game just changed. The rap game just changed, the climate changed. You know, Tupac said a lot of prophetic things in his music, like when you listen to Keep Your Head Up, and you listen to Streets is Death Row, and he said, I breed thug motherfuckers even worse than me. So when you see people like Little Durk, the King Von, the Quandos, and all these other niggas, all these young niggas, the thug life, the hate you gave Little Imp and fucks everybody. That was a message. That's what Tupac was trying to put out there. So when somebody berates Tupac's lyric and say he ain't lyrical, or say he this, that, and the third, like, nah, y'all, come on, stop shitting on the message. Stop shitting on his agenda. Stop shitting on what he was trying to do. So that's why I took it so personal when there was other people just berating him, and even Clark Kent. So rest in peace to Clark Kent. You know what I mean? It's like he went out with colon cancer, and at age 58, I'll be 52. I need to go to get a colonoscopy and get checked out because that's scary. You know what I mean? I don't know what that man was dealing with, but I just know on some hip hop shit, just on some hip hop shit, he had me feeling a certain kind of way because I just thought he was being very disrespectful towards Tupac in death. And we as elders, we should be putting out a certain level of responsibility, a certain level of the way when we present things and the way we say things, we should, say them differently. I know there's a lot of people here that probably would want me, who would want me to say some ill things about Clark Kent, but I'm not going to disrespect the brother in death. I'm not going to disrespect his family that's mourning. I'm just not going to be that type of person. But I will admit that I was upset when he was disrespecting Clark Kent, when he was disrespecting Tupac, and it was hurtful, and it was like it made me angry. It made a lot of people angry because like we knew what Tupac was going through and what put him there. You know what I'm saying? If he would have never got accused of rape, he would have never got shot up. Come on. I can easily ask that question to anybody. So if Tupac didn't get accused of rape and didn't get shot up, or if he didn't get shot up and accused of rape, in that order, reversing it, what you think would have happened? He would have continued, went on to this music. Him and Biggie probably would have parlayed, chill, whatever else would have happened. But that incident, that rape accusation, and the people that Pac hung around with, it just changed the landscape of everything, man. And Tupac, you can't blame Tupac for how he felt. When a lot of people like Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, and Ice-T and others would say Tupac went too far and hit him up. Like, that's not a hip-hop thing to say, and without expressing like how you feel Tupac went too far. Like, understand Tupac's method of his madness, if you even want to call it a method. Just understand, comprehend the madness that Tupac was enduring at that moment and at that time, bro. And even said like, yo, this shit is bigger and smaller than Biggie and all this other shit. Like, Tupac would have been intelligent enough and mature enough to move on from that eventually. You know what I mean? But at that young age, at living out that moment, that experience, something that he never encountered, sometimes you got to go through these type of experience in order to gain this wisdom. And sometimes some people go through these experiences that are death-defying within the first. You don't get a chance to experience and then gain wisdom from that. Other people gain wisdom from your experience. That's how it's supposed to be. If that person, like a lot of these young brothers in Chicago or whatever, even where I live at in New York, there's a lot of these young brothers bucking bucking each other off. You would think that these young brothers out here would be like, you know what? I'm done. Like, yo, you done? I'm done. You done? I'm done. You would think niggas would say that. Like, I'm done. I'm done with the bullshit. I'm done with the bullshit. I don't want to go out like that. I got a daughter. I got a mom's. I got a grandmother. I got a father, grandfather. I got family. I got this. I don't want to go out like that. But no, niggas get more relentless. Niggas get more into it. It's like, it don't stop. Tupac said, they say there ain't no hope for the future. And the truth is, there ain't no, what'd he say? It's hopeless for the youth, and the truth is there ain't no hope for the future. And that's what it looks like. 30 years later after that song, Keep Your Head Up, that's where it looks like we're at. So I'm going to play that verse one more time and get up out of here, man. But rest in peace to Clark Kent. I ain't got nothing bad to say besides how he made me feel when he was saying Tupac will have you thinking he's saying some amazing shit. Like, I'm like, Tupac be saying some amazing shit, bro. You know what I mean? Still I Rise, that verse, amazing. Who Do You Believe In? Amazing. Me Against the World song, album, amazing. So Many Tears, amazing. Keep Your Head Up, amazing. Dear Mama, amazing. Brenda's Got a Baby, amazing. His acting abilities in movies, what he did for Juice, and how if Tupac's acting in Juice wouldn't have been so exceptional at the rate it was, I don't know if Omar Epps and Jermaine and Khalil, others would have went, even probably Samuel L. Jackson for that matter. Who knows? I'm just saying. But Tupac made everybody pay attention to that movie because what he brought to it, the energy that he brought to it, the realness that he brought to it. People think he was faking the funk, whereas Money B was like, yo, you should play this role because this seems like you. And Tupac did that shit. So the things that Tupac did was fucking amazing. Shooting off-duty cops, amazing. Other niggas ain't doing that shit. Tupac actually saved the brother's life, amazing. He helped. He fought side by side with a Mexican against a whole bunch of white men. Amazing. It's a lot of amazing shit by Tupac, bro. So it's not the, Tupac, what have you, he said some amazing shit. And he's done some amazing things. More amazing than a lot of these guys that put him down did, man. In my opinion. I'm going to play this verse one more time.
I'm under pressure. Untouchables at your door. You whack rappers hit the floor. So I bleed
forever thugging on the quest to get G's, running for enemies ever since the days of a seed. I'm under pressure, the stress that had me drinking, thinking niggas after me must do paranoid to blink. Wonder why the police don't want to see me stacking G's. They after a player, but I won't let them capture me. I gotta thank the Lord for the weed and the nicotine. I can't sleep, close my eyes, I see wicked things. I keep my pistol by my bedside, one in the chamber, preoccupied with homicide. My life's in danger, rolling down a 405. Beware strangers, my hands on a 45. That's what the fame does. That's probably wrong, but I'm never known till I'm gone. From out the gutter where the jealous motherfuckers roam. Pass the weed, let the Hennessy get to me before the penitentiary. Let's get it on. How can niggas say that verse was whack? Not amazing. Like he's spitting. He's spitting. There wasn't nobody spitting like that. That was all Tupac's realm. That wasn't the KRS-One lane. That wasn't the Rakim lane. That wasn't the Big Daddy Kane lane. That wasn't the Kool G Rap lane. That wasn't a Nas lane, Grand Puba lane, Biggie lane. That wasn't a Heavy D lane. That was Tupac's lane. And nobody was spitting it eloquently the way he did it. Nobody, because that was his lane. He wasn't spitting with a lot of people, similar shit that a lot of people was spitting. How should I plead? Forever thugging on the quest to get G's? Thugging on a quest to get G's? Running for enemies ever since the days of a seed? I'm under pressure. The stress I have you drinking, thinking niggas after me. I must do paranoid to blank. I wonder why the police don't want to see me stacking G's. They after a player, but I won't let them capture me. I gotta thank the Lord for the weed and the nicotine. I can't sleep. I close my eyes. I see wicked things. I keep my pistol by my bedside. One in the chamber, preoccupied with homicide. My life's in danger. Rolling down a 405. Beware stranger. Keep my hand on my 45. That's what the fame does. I'm probably wrong, but I'm never know him till I'm gone. From out the gutter where the jealous motherfuckers roam. Pass the weed, let the Hennessy get to me before the penitentiary. Let's get it on. How is that not dope? You know what I mean? Well, to each his own, but that's amazing to me because I know that was his lane. There was going to be nobody to spit it like that. Back then, everybody had their own freaking styles. If you ain't have your own style and you was biting, you get stepped to. So I can't shit on nobody's style of forming. You know what I mean? Even ODB had a unique style. And you listen to him like, yo, this dude crazy, but he's saying some shit. Niggas had their own style of addressing and spitting. You had to be different. You had to do you. But for years later down the line, for somebody to say, yo, Tupac have you thinking he's saying some amazing shit, I was just like, bro, you discrediting this man's wordplay. You discrediting this man's agenda. You discrediting this man's his lyrical ability, of what he was trying to accomplish. You're discrediting that when you putting that shit on the platform that's reaching millions of people, and nobody in that rooms corrects you because you was in error and everybody else was in error when they just laughed at it. It's not, you just can't let the guests just get away with just saying things like that. So I'm gonna end this verse off right here and I'm gonna be about it. I'm gonna say this one more time.
Untouchables at your door. You whack rappers hit the floor. So I bleed forever thugging on a quest to get G's. Running from enemies ever since the days of a seed. I'm under pressure. The stress that had me drinking, thinking.
Salute to Zachariah, Emmanuel.
Wonder why the police don't want to see
my man Jay in the building. Jay Wall in the building.
I gotta thank the Lord for the weed and the nicotine. I can't sleep.
Close my eyes, I see wicked things. I keep my pistol by my bedside.
One in the chamber,
preoccupied with homicide.
My life's in danger.
Rolling down to 45.
Beware strangers, hand on my 45. That's what the fame does. cuz
I'm probably wrong, but I'm never knowing till I'm gone. From out the gutter where the jealous motherfuckers roam.
pass the weed, let that Hennessy get to me.